All right, Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with Anthony Sims Jr. Good catching up with you, man. It's been some years. How's it going?
That's good, man. We out here in LA, lovely weather. Got on Turkey's card, Crawford's fighting, Steve Nelson's fighting, Madrimov's fighting, fucking a big ass heavyweight from England's fighting. It's gonna be some good fights. I'm excited.
Absolutely. You know, I gotta ask. You know, Terence is moving up in his 4th division, right? I know that you spoke highly of Terence's skills throughout in the past and stuff. Is Madrimov the fighter that's going to test him at this stage of his career, at his age, at this weight? Can he bring a little threat to him?
It's a double-sided sword, but I feel like with Crawford, when you got skills like that, the power and the skills, they can go up and they can go down. It's like an Andre Ward or a what's another guy? He reminds me of Aaron Pryor. So you can go up and weight. The skills go with them. Madrimov, he's a strong, you know, athletic guy, amateur fights, but skills pay the bills. I'll put it this way: when it comes to video game controller, right? Yeah. If you got two characters that's the same height, same weight, it comes down to who's controlling the analog stick. So same way with a coach, who has a better team. I feel like T-Bud has a better team. Yeah.
You know, ultimately, the goal, they're downplaying it during fight week because, you know, they got to only focus on Madrimov, and that's what a fighter's supposed to do, right? Yeah. The distractions can get in the way. But everyone knows, you know, Crawford's intentions is hopefully one day to go up and fight some of the big boys, you know, 168, Canelo specifically.
Yeah, but it's just like, that's a big jump. I mean, even at 168, I can see Crawford at 54, 160, but 168, you're talking about cruiserweights coming down. Yeah. Light heavyweights coming down. So at that point, it has to make sense. I don't think he's going to fight any, you know, super middleweight that hops in there. But I think Crawford could do it. I say skills pay the bills.
You know, Cornell, De La Hoya, Pacquiao, yeah. Roberto Duran, Floyd, those guys went from lightweight and captured super middleweights, but none of them actually captured, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a super middleweight, you know? So with that, Terence will be in pure elite company.
He puts himself different because he's the first one to go, and I say basically fight fucking giants. To go from 135, 147, 154 to go up to 160, 168. Anything over 160 can put you to sleep with just, you know, arm punches. Versus it being 147, 54. But Crawford has the skills to do that. Not a lot of fighters do. So we're living in a time. We're living in a time period where we're going to actually be able to see this happen live. It's like we got to wait probably another 15 or 20 years to see a fighter of Crawford's skill, his pedigree, and to do what he's, you know, accomplish what he's accomplished. Because let's say, to me, Crawford's like Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler didn't get his first title defense to his 42nd fight, and he's avoided. T-Bud's another fighter who's avoided. Nobody wants to fight a guy who can go orthodox, go southpaw, fight inside the pocket, outside the pocket, fight on the ropes. And he's a mean motherfucker, so it's just like, you know, pick your poison when you fight T-Bud.
You know, I believe you were able to be around camp with Terence and Steve Nelson.
I was, yeah.
And, you know, I know a little bit, you know.
A little something.
But what was your, were you working with Steve, were you working with Terence, or you just working side by side?
I went out there, man, to see what the team was like. Got some few rounds with Steve, you know, high elevation. It was fun. It's good to be around, you know, brothers with a lot of energy. Because I say, all T-Bud's team, everybody got some funk for you. Whether it's Lester Martinez or Steven Nelson, got some killers in the camp. Yeah.
You know, since we talk about Canelo, it's a really big boy when it comes to, you know, Crawford, and you know about the big guys. You know, you compete, they hit different, right? Is David Benavidez the one to beat Canelo? If anyone around that makes sense, because you sparred David.
Yeah, I sparred Benavidez. Let's be honest though, David Benavidez is a fucking weight bully. Okay, he's a big guy. He gets in there basically as a cruiserweight. But I think that Benavidez would be the person to stop Canelo, or it'd have to be somebody. It had to be a quick, shifty black fighter. So I'm a firm believer, if you don't know, history repeats itself. Only person to beat Chavez is what?
Frankie Randall,
Pernell Whitaker, Medrick Taylor.
Yeah.
But that type of style gives Latino fighters trouble. It's historic. So a person like that, I say T-Bud, if he puts on the right type of meat and muscle, he can give Canelo that type of fight. Benavidez versus Canelo, I like it, but I don't think we'll see it happen. Yeah. We won't see it happen. We won't see it happen like how we saw. We got to see what's his name? Alexis and was it Alexis? It's not Angulo. What's his name?
Alexa Rocha? I mean, not Rocha.
No.
You talking about Aaron Pryor and
Alexis Aguelo.
Yes.
So like Aguelo or Roberto Duran fight Tommy Hearns, and Tommy Hearns fight Sugar Ray Leonard, and Sugar Ray turn around and fight. You know, you won't see that type of back to back. But it's like, if we can see that right now, man, that's what boxing needs. We just need like ferocious competitive fights where it's like they don't give a fuck if they win or lose. That type of risk. I don't really see that too often. T-Bud, I see that type of dog in him. He's gonna die in that motherfucker if he has to. But it's like the overall risking, rolling the dice, you don't see it too much more because boxing is more of a business, which is understanding. But it's like, real fans want to see fucking styles versus fights. You want to see two fucking dogs going at it. Anybody watching this, I want you to go watch Ron Lyles versus George Foreman. It's the most exciting fucking fight I've ever seen. Two of my fighters both getting knocked down and coming back. That's what you pay to see. That's what you want to see. So it's like, you know, hopefully boxing continues to change. Turkey does what he's doing, putting fighters against each other would never fight each other because of promoters. You got Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, Ben Salome, Gold Star. We got all these promoters now. Queensberry. You got all these promoters putting their fighters against each other, which these fights would never happen. So it's just like, we're living in a decent time of boxing. I hate to say it. It's a double-sided sword, which is like fighters don't want to fight each other, but then you got fighters here that you'll never see fighting each other fighting. So it's just like, boxing has to come back to boxing. All right? Not the fucking YouTubers. Not the, if you have 1 million followers, let's put you in the ring. No. Boxing's a poor man's sport. Boxing's for broken motherfuckers. We need to see these hardcore fucking fighters fight. Because let's be honest, you don't become a champion overnight. You don't get to 23 wins and 20 knockouts and 2 losses. Just it don't happen overnight. So all the brothers who's putting their entire lives into this, I think they deserve to fight on the top fucking platforms, not YouTubers and all these weird motherfuckers. If you don't like what I'm saying, hold on. I don't give a fuck. So sorry, you know.
I went to the my final two questions is because we're talking about politics and kind of like 4 horsemen-like guys, right? And then I guess I'll wait to that last one.
You good?
Shakur Stevenson's here.
Yeah,
I know that you know, you've seen Tank spar around the gym and stuff like. Can Shakur disarm Tank, or is Tank just kind of the guy around his peers that's just a little bit better and a little bit more special?
It comes down to the size of the ring, and Shakur Stevenson has to bring his best reflexes, his best A game. Because if Tank touches him, then the fight's over with. And it's like either Tank is going to knock him out or he's going to run the whole fight. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to go, and nobody wants to see a fight where Shakur is fighting on the back foot the entire night. Which boxing fans, we think that's beautiful boxing. He's fighting off the back foot, counter punching. But somebody like Tank, if you don't knock him out in the first 6, he's going to push you away in the second 6.
So granted, not saying that that's your prediction, but that Tank hits that hard, like he's like, or is that his skill?
No, Tank. Everybody has a pony. Some people one-trick ponies. Tank is not. Tank has power. He has a southpaw. It's another fucking problem. Then what's the third problem? He switches in the middle of fucking fighting you. He'll go from here and hit you with a fucking uppercut in the middle of your combination. Shakur on the other end, he got reflexes, Olympic status, fights off the back foot, very sharp. But it's like, well, what's his tricks? Besides him being slick, he's not powerful. He's not really dangerous. He'll beat the shit out of you. So he'll beat you to death. He's gonna tap you to fucking death. But as far as that, you have nothing to worry about as far as besides speed. So I like the styles, but I think that Tank will get him. Shakur's a cold fucking boxer. Nice, slick, inside, outside, but power. Power is what different than it. That's what separates them. I put it that way. Because you got two guys the same height, same weight, same arm reach. It's gonna come down to who the fuck wanted more and who got that pop, who got mustard on their punches. For instance, like Chavez Camacho. Camacho had pop, but Camacho's a boxer. Chavez had pop. Chavez putting pressure. Who won that fight? Chavez did what? He pressed him out to where there's nowhere to go. And back in them days, the rings were 20 by 20. Now the rings are 12 by 12. So Shakur better make sure that ring is a bigger fucking ring before he agrees to sign anything. I'm just saying. Because any fighter knows a fight is won on paper. It's not won in the ring. It's won on paper. What size the ring? What size the gloves? What fucking logos in the middle of the ring to make the ring all fucking slippery? Where can I fight at in this ring? Where are we fighting at? And how much I'm making? And how much am I paying this belting commission? How much I'm paying this money? Like, there's so much that goes on in this shit. It'll blow your fucking mind. Second question on my fault.
My last question is just lastly ending with you. Any updates? You know, I know that you've been itching to come in a fight. Any opponents that you want? I think you mentioned like Ben Whitaker or not.
You talking about big forehead Whitaker?
Is that what you're
his forehead start back here him? Yeah, I'd love to fight him because it's just like a 29, 23 and 2, 20 knockouts. I want to fight the top light heavies out there. Let's say Aziz, Anthony Yardy, Buatsi. Like, what the fuck they want me to do? Call them? message them, like send them a fucking message. I want to fight these guys, but you know how it is. It's about promoters and managers and setting the fights up. So it's just like, you know, hopefully business will get done and I'll be fighting one of these guys pretty soon. But in the meantime, I'm working on some things, getting back in the mix at light heavyweight. People that don't know, my first, I say 12, 15 fights were at light heavyweight. My only 2 losses were Ramir Angulo and Zach Chelly. Ramir Angulo, for people that don't know, when I fought Angulo, my fucking coach left me the day before the fight because I wouldn't make him my manager. He wanted more money. And when I told him no, he left me. He caught a fucking flight. He caught a ride to the airport, was about to leave, and somebody brought him back. When I was fighting Angulo, I got hit with a punch and I'm shook. And I'm like, well, you know, what do I do, coach? I'm back in the corner and the motherfucker squirted water in my face and said, you should have made me your manager, boy. I lost that fight with Angulo. I lost that fight in my corner. Zach Chelly had a broken kneecap, 4-week notice, shit happens. But champions suffer in silence. When they call your fucking number, you pick up. So it's like now that I'm 100%, ready to fuck some motherfuckers up at light heavyweight. And for the boxing world, stop being such bitches. I mean, boxing is not for the sensitive, lighthearted, soft motherfuckers. If you don't like how I'm speaking or what I'm talking about or just certain shit in boxing, keep that shit pushing. Because boxing is for tough, strong, broken, hard motherfuckers, you know? Don't be sensitive to, I say so much my message or the tone, but what I'm saying, I'm all for boxing. I'm all for the real. And I'm the goddamn magician, baby.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Can they follow you on social media?
2_ The Magician. And for those who's watching again, positivity, man. Be positive, show love, open doors, be a gentleman. Because just know, karma a bitch. What goes around comes around. So whatever you putting out there, you're going to get it back. And I ain't putting out but nothing but love and faith. Okay?
Appreciate it.